Welcome back to the channel. One thing I'll often reference when looking at the movement of the club through backswing and how to get into a good structure at the top is the position of the trail scap on the back of the rib cage. What I'm going to present to you all today now is a simple exercise that you can use through backswing to help build that awareness of what that feels like. So hopefully this exercise could help a couple of you really get into a better structure at the top and put you in a better position to transition and get the force into the club that you'd want in the downswing. Thanks once again for joining me. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so, just to make sure that you don't miss out on any helpful tips that could help you with your game. And on that topic, if you have any questions about your own game or a potential video you'd like me to shoot, please drop that in the comment box. Okay, so today we're looking at the control of the trail scap on the back of the rib cage. I'm going to show you a pretty simple tubing exercise that you could use. And what I like about exercises with tubing and with bands is it really eliminates the necessity for the coach to really describe in their own words what they want the player to do. It eliminates any kind of miscommunication because the player can experience the feel themselves and put it into language that means what it needs to mean for them. Okay, so let's just start off with the exercise itself. So the tubing I use here is not overly tense. I don't find, in many cases, it's useful using bands that are too tight or too tense, because it puts the emphasis too much on almost trying to get the player into the right position rather than being able to be in the right position and just feel it over time to get the sensation that I want them to have. Let me just put my club down here. So you can see here I've taken the tubing, put it around the back of my body. I'm just going to fold it over just because it's quite a long piece of tubing this here. I'm just going to hold it in my last three fingers here. So index finger and thumb is off on the lead side here, and all I'm going to do is get into this position where I'm going to push my elbows in front of the seam of the shirt, stay nice and tall through the spine, engage the core, and from there I'm going to go down into a setup position and just drop my lead foot back. Now turning into backswing with awareness on my belly button moving. I'm just going to circle my trail hand here as I move around, and I'm actually pushing through my lead hand as well here. So I'm keeping the length on the tubing, feel like I'm almost stretching it going into the backswing actually here. So again, that awareness is also still on the belly button moving, core being in a good position, keeping the same distance between my belly button and my sternum. I don't need to go any further than this here. Very much feel a good load in my trail hip. In this position here, as I'm making the circles with my right hand, I'm being aware of how my trail scap wants to move as I'm doing this. I'm essentially driving the circles now with how my scap is working. Okay, so I'm working into those deeper, lower areas around the scap as I kind of go through that circle there, just to help it sit down. But I want that scap to sit down and move that way without the rib cage elevating. So I'm getting that control around the scap for the top of the backswing position. And as I mentioned, you don't want to go too heavy, because if you pick up your club after you've been using a more tense band, it's almost too much intensity for when you go to the club. So from here now, I'm just going to go to the top. I'm just going to feel the scap sitting very much in the way it was when I was doing that exercise, and that is a good reflection there. That kind of builds that awareness there for me. And then, like learning in many cases, I would want to move at a pace to where I can actually feel that I'm doing that in my swing. So all I'm going to do now is get set up, move nice and slowly to my backswing, really feel it, and then I'm actually just going to do one of those again and just chip this ball nice and easy in a full swing. So I'm feeling it there, just chip through, and I would hit maybe 10 balls at first, just like that, with the focus on, am I getting the feel, not the focus on what the ball's doing. I can pretty much guarantee that by the time you're at the 10th ball though, you'll be striking it a little bit cleaner, a little bit more out the center. That tends to be what I see with players. And then over time, just pick up the pace a little bit, moving through on those shots. Just again though, the priority though, are you feeling what you want to feel around that trail scap? And I would Be very shocked if over time, once you get into a better position there, better control around that scap, if you're not feeling better club face control in the downswing. Because often when we get into a better position there, we can keep the pressure or the force into the handle we want to with the trail hand into the downswing, and that often really helps club face control through impact.